There are 1 billion people living on less than $1 a day.
For a $10 investment, you can save lives.
A little bit of help, that helping hand, not a handout, but a hand up, so that they have the productivity that they need, is the key.
A concept that grew out of the Earth Institute at Columbia University, which basically has as its premise, we need to save the Earth. We need to address not just the needs of the Earth, but the people who inhabit it.
In the Millennium Declaration of September 2000, when world leaders got together, they said, we will spare no effort to free our fellow men, women, and children from the abject and dehumanizing conditions of extreme poverty.
The poorest of the poor can't get out of the poverty trap just on their own. Because while they know what to do, they're impoverished. And because they can't have the tools to make themselves more productive, they remain impoverished. And they can't get the things they need to escape from poverty. So we need to help.
We have the ability to end poverty in our lifetime. And not at some point in the future, I mean really in our lifetime.
The Millennium Villages are several areas in Africa, now a dozen countries covering about 500,000 people, where the proof of how to end extreme poverty is being shown by helping those people to be better farmers, to have more schools and school feeding programs, to have a clinic and community health workers, to make sure that the village has safe drinking water. It's the proof that the Millennium Development Goals can be achieved.
Millennium Development Goals are about a holistic approach to addressing the basic needs of a productive life.
I was amazed and rather shocked at some of the numbers when I read about malaria and the impact it has around the world and how many people die each year. And then when I read that a simple net over a bed could basically stop the transmission, it's just amazing to me. As Americans, sometimes we forget that those things are happening.
You could be saving the lives of a family with your $10. So I just encourage everybody to get educated about it and do something.
There are so many small ways that people can contribute, and then there's so many big ways too if they have the resources to do that. And so I encourage everyone to, first of all, use their money and their resources to help, and also use their vote to help.
If we open our eyes, understand how powerful our tools are, understand how these people want to escape from poverty and are ready to take the lead to do it, if we empower them, they'll find the way. That's the idea of the Millennium Villages. That's what's being proved.
We at Millennium Promise warmly welcome public support to do several things. First is to get involved with backing the Millennium Villages, and we would be delighted to have any new partners in that effort. But then there's a second crucial piece of this, which is getting a broader public understanding of what we all can actually do to help achieve the Millennium Development Goals.
I like the story of how I became involved in the Millennium Promise and Promises Made because it's very organic. It was actually by virtue of making music. I met a Japanese pianist by the name of Takana Miyamoto and just was completely blown away by her.
Kirk and myself, we come from different backgrounds, with different cultures. He comes from jazz and gospel. And I come from classical and Japanese music and jazz. So we have this common language of jazz.
We, played some concerts together, and at this particular time we were playing at a jazz club in Atlanta. There was a gentleman in the audience who was not only a music fan, but he was also a philanthropist and was very much involved in the Millennium Promise. His name was Norbert Simmons. He was looking for a way to make a tangible dent in this problem of extreme poverty.
The CD was really structured to take us on a really musical journey. It was intended to reflect the beginnings of hope, the periods of hopelessness, revival of hope, and then ultimately triumph. We went to several distributors And of course, when you go to them with the lineup of artists that we have, everyone had some interest in it. Koch got it. Koch understood what we were trying to do, and they simply wanted to be a part of not just the music, but the movement.
Koch Records has never been involved with something of this scope, as far as a massive worldwide event with this type of muscle behind it. So we're excited about that because it gives us the ability to be a small part of something rather than just the focus of raising a little bit of money and that being all there is. Here, there's so much more involved, and every little bit helps, and we feel that we can contribute significantly.
Stand By Me is a song that we started the record out with this song because it's just that important. The image of, you know, fill in the blank, this little boy, this little girl in a village in Kenya who is just looking at you going like, wow, I'm trying to figure out why you're not helping me. As I played that, that was really the image that was in my head.
The most amazing thing about the production of this CD was really the enthusiasm and support of the musicians. These are guys who weren't getting paid anything, but they came to work every day, on time, every day, with enthusiasm every day.
The title of the CD, being Promises Made, is important because I feel we're making a promise by releasing this CD and by being involved with the Millennium Project that we're going to do something.
I truly hope that this CD will connect people in two ways. One, that musically and creatively we can connect with them. You know, hopefully we'll sell a lot of this project because the money is going straight to the Millennium Promise Foundation and Malaria No More. And secondly, I'm hoping that as people are made aware, maybe through this record, who haven't been aware, that they too will start to tell the story. Hey, we can actually do this. We can end extreme poverty by the year 2025. It's possible.
Listeners get to directly support this organization to change and save lives.
I do think it is, if we want to refer to it as a legacy project, it's one of those that we're going to look back on and say, we're so happy and proud that we're involved with this, and it really allows us to make a difference.
I am so thrilled when great artists, when great musicians say, look what we can do, make a difference. And by creating a CD, a work of art, taking awareness to the very broad public so that people say, yes, I too can participate in this. This is what we need for true transformation in the world. We're going to end poverty. Our generation can do it, but not by the stroke of a pen of a politician, but by each of us getting involved and saying, I want to be part of this, because it's that involvement of each of us that transforms the world, that makes this world safe for each of us, safe for our children.